This broadcast of Stoughton High School football on the Stoughton Sports Network is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital. For more than 100 years, our neighbors in the Stoughton area have trusted Stoughton Hospital to provide personalized, forward-thinking expert health care. Stoughton Hospital is a proud supporter of WSTO programming, trusted care close to home. Stoughton Trailers is proud to support Stoughton High School athletics. Come join the family. Apply now on our career page at stoughtontrailers.com. Four Lakes Broadband, robust business-class residential fixed wireless internet service with great customer service. The UPS store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. Hanson Electronics, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent and Radio Shack dealer. And Pizza Pit of Stoughton, fresh, fast, and hot delivery of our great pizzas, sandwiches, chicken, and more.
National anthem done. We are ready for high school football tonight in this very important Badger South Conference game between the Milton Redhawks and the Stoughton Vikings. Great to have you with us from Stoughton. James Weingard with you on the Stoughton Sports Network. And it may or may not look like it to you at home, but we are on about an hour and a half later than what we are starting an hour and a half later than what we had anticipated. We have gone through hail, we've gone through wind, we've gone through heavy rain, we've gone through lightning, and so we now at 8:30 here on this Friday night get ready for this matchup between the 5-0 Milton Redhawks, they're 3-0 in the Badger South, and the 4-1 Stoughton Vikings, 3-0 in the Badger South. Stoughton Trailers weather tonight, 64 degrees. Hopefully the rain is done now. North-northwest winds, very light, about 2 miles an hour. And winner of this game will be in first place in the Badger South. And perhaps more importantly, the winner of this game will secure a playoff spot. And we will see how things turn out. Milton won the toss tonight. They deferred to the second half. And we are underway at Collins Field. Nathan Hutcherson has it at the 12-yard line. 15, 20, spins out of a tackle, eludes another, and is down at the 25-yard line. So the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25 to start the ball game tonight. Ashton Gall making the tackle for the Redhawks. Adam Hobson, the quarterback for the Vikings, 64.9% completions, has 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Vikings passing game this year averaging 160.4 yards per game. Quinn Arnott, the leading rusher, behind Hobson. First play of the game is a handoff to Arnott, runs into the middle of the line and picks up short yardage, picks up 1, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Logan Knudsen on the stop for the Redhawks, gain of 1.
Logan Knudsen on the stop.
2nd and 9 coming up, just underway here on the Stoughton Sports Network on this important Badger South matchup between the Redhawks and the Vikings. Adam Hobson waits for the snap, has it, back to pass for the first time, throws down the seam, and that's just out of the reach of Jack Rilling. And it's going to be 3rd down. So 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Obviously a very wet field tonight after the last couple of hours and really kind of off and on rain showers most of the day. but really torrential rain here earlier this evening. Hobson to pass on 3rd and 9. Looks, throws far side, catch made, eludes a tackle, that's Hutcherson, eludes another, comes back toward the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 12 yards, and it'll be a first down. Joshua Weiss making the tackle for the Redhawks, a gain of 13 and a first down.
Travis Cunningham on the stop.
Ball at the 39-yard line. A little over a minute gone here in the opening quarter. Hobson hands to Arnott. Arnott crosses the 40, gets up to about the 43. Kai Curl making the tackle for Milton. And he gets to the 43, a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down and 5 coming up.
Gain of 5, second and 5.
Last week we were talking about the blood feud that we have with our scoreboard and announcer up here. I was just informed that that was the first call in the last 6 years that all three of us agreed on the same number. So hooray for us. Second and 5 from the 44. Hobson hands to Arnott, who has some running room, busts out to the right side, down the far sideline, inside the 20, inside the 10, touchdown Vikings! Penalty flag down on the near sideline.
There's a flag on the play.
The run would go for 56 if it stands, so the touchdown is good, and it's going to be a sideline warning against the Vikings.
Sideline warning against Stoughton.
So a 56-yard run for the touchdown. And Adam Hobson comes on to try the extra point. Adam is 19 of 24 on extra point attempts so far this season. The kick will come out of the hands, or the hold, of Nathan Hutcherson. Snap back placement. The kick is short, but it's good.
9:46 left in the first. Your score is Stoughton 7, Milton nothing.
So 9:46 to go, first quarter. And Quinn Arnott goes 56 yards, and let's take a look at our instant replay of that long touchdown run from Arnott. There's the handoff, got a nice couple of blocks up front, and then just turns the Jets on outside on the far sideline and out races everybody. There was that flag you saw come in late because of the interference on the near sideline. But the 56-yard run stands for Arnott. And with 9:46 to go here in the first quarter, it is now 7-0 Stoughton. And that is Quinn's 8th rushing touchdown of this season. Hobson to kick the football away. Jordan Stavarius. And maybe Chayton Jensen are back deep to receive at the 10-yard line. Hobson puts a boot into it, and this one a deep kick. Stavarius has it at the 10, 15, 20, right up the middle, 30, and he spins down, and he's down at the 34-yard line, 35-yard line. Luke Fernholtz tackled him, but not before a 25-yard return.
Ball at the 35. First and 10, Milton.
So 35-yard line, the line of scrimmage for the Redhawks. And that last touchdown drive, or the first touchdown drive of the night for the Vikings, 6 plays, 75 yards. And now Milton will have it first and 10 from their own 40. Evan Jordahl is the quarterback for the Redhawks. 62.2% completion percentage on the season. 508 yards, averages 101.6 per game. 10 touchdowns and 1 interception and a fumble, and immediately tackled in the backfield.
And Jordahl.
So Jordahl recovered it. It's going to be a loss of 3.
Eric Nelson on the stop. Loss is 3 on the play.
So back to the 32. Second down and 13 coming for the Redhawks. Early first quarter. Late night start here in Stoughton at Collins Field in this all-important matchup between the Redhawks and the Vikings tonight. Jordahl has it. Wraparound handoff goes to Nolan Larson, and Larson crosses the 40. He's up to the 43. Jack Nelson making the tackle. A gain of 11. It'll be third down and 4.
Nelson on the stop. Gain of about 10. Third and 4.
So third down and 4 after the 11-yard run. 8:25 left here in the first quarter. And Milton has it third and 4 from their own 42. Handoff again. This time it's going to be Nick Huber. And Huber is going to be stopped short of the 45-yard line. Brooks Empey making the stop for the Vikings, and it's going to be a gain of 3.
Gain of about 2. It'll be 4th and 1.
So fourth down and about a half a yard to go. Milton will go for it on the fourth down play. Vikings looking for a big defensive stop, and they jumped offside. And it will be a dead ball. Offside against the Vikings, so that's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
After the penalty, first and 10 Milton.
So it's a battle of student sections already. The Red Hawk fans across the way saying you can't do that, and then the Viking fans answer with scoreboard. First and 10, Milton, just shy of the 50-yard line. 7:14 to go first quarter. Vikings up 7-0, and the handoff into the backfield and tackled immediately. Kyle Denner loses yardage. Brooks Empey tackled him for a loss back to the 41, a loss of 8. And it's going to be second down and 18.
Loss of 8 on the play, 2nd and 18.
Nick Huber, 99.4 yards per game, 6.6 per attempt. Rushing for Milton, their strong suit, 265.6 yards per game so far this season. As they shift out and now come out with 3 wideouts on the near side, and he slips, but will pick up good yardage up along the far side. Lost the football. Vikings fall on it at the 42-yard line. Rudy Detweiler covers it. It'll be a 15-yard gain and a fumble, and the Vikings have it on the first turnover of the night. So the Vikings will have it first and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Viking ball, first and 10 on the 40s. Vikings leading 7-0, 6:17 to go first quarter. And we may have seen the weather have an impact there, as we saw Jordahl slip as he was taking off, and then perhaps the ball a little slick as he puts it on the ground. And now throw over to this side. Arnott out of the backfield, 50, 45, 40, gets bumped, and then gets hammered down by Jordan Stavarius, and it will be down at the 39-yard line. So that's a gain of 21 and a first down. So first and 10 for the Vikings on the Milton 39-yard line after the 21-yard gain. Hobson now 2 of 3 for 33 yards through the air so far. Hobson to pass, throws far side, wide open over there. Hutcherson has it, and he's down just shy of the 30. Give him the 30, give him the 31, so gain of 8. Logan Knutson with the tackle.
Second and 2.
Ball down to the 31-yard line. Second and 2 from there. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Receiver out to this near side. Couple out to the far side. Arnott stands behind Hobson. Quinn will get the handoff right up the middle. As he gets across the 25, he's down to the 24-yard line, a gain of 7. And it'll be a first down. Kai Curl making the stop for the Redhawks.
First down.
Ball at the 24. Arnott now 4 carries, 69 yards, 1 touchdown here in the early going. Talked about rushing for Milton. They have 265.6 yards per game on the season, 20 rushing touchdowns. Vikings 226.4 average per game and 22 rushing touchdowns so far. 23 now with the earlier run by Arnott here in this quarter. Hobson to pass, looks, throws, end zone, just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Jack Rilling, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up. Vikings going fast here as they have run the ball effectively and are just about knocking on the red zone door once again. Second and 10 from the 24-yard line. 4.5 minutes, a little over 4.5 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Hobson hands it to Arnott right up the middle with running room inside the 10, and he's down at the 10. It'll be a gain of 14 and a first down. Ben Sorgel making the tackle for the Redhawks, and now first and goal from the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
Keep in mind all of this action coming after a Milton fumble that Rudy Detweiler picked up back at the 40-yard line. Now first and goal for the Vikings at the Milton 10. Back to pass, throws, near side Hutcherson has a blocker in front. Tries to turn the corner but cannot. Ben Sorgel comes up, makes the open field tackle. The pass play is going to lose a couple back to the 12. It's a loss of 2, and it will set up second down and goal from the 12-yard line.
I got it right now.
So second and goal from the 12. 3.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Vikings leading 7-0, but knocking on the doorstep, looking for more. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Arnott lines up behind Adam Hobson. And Adam looking to throw. And a corner of the end zone, and that's a little too tall for Nathan Hutcherson. It's incomplete, and it's going to be third down. Vikings 1 for 1 on third down attempts so far in this first quarter. Third down and goal from the 12-yard line. Again, catching, throwing, running, getting your footwork down is going to be of utmost importance tonight because of the kind of sloppy track that we're on after hail, heavy rain, kind of misty rain, still kind of misting out a little bit. And before we go any further, we've got a timeout taken by the Vikings. So timeout on the field. Vikings first of this first half. 3:10 to go. And a reminder for you that you can find us online in a number of ways. You can find us on TV on Channel 980 for the Stoughton Sports Network and Channel 981 for WSTO TV. You can also find us with a high-definition web stream and video on demand at WSTO.tv. And you can also find us on Facebook and on Twitter. So, plenty of ways to keep up to date with us here on the Stoughton Sports Network. 3rd down and goal coming up for the Vikings at the 12-yard line. 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. Vikings leading 7-0 after a 56-yard run by Quinn Arnott with 9:46 to go in the first. So, 3rd down and goal, 12-yard line. Empty backfield behind Adam Hobson. 5 wideouts this time, 3 out to the wide side of the field, 2 to the near side. Hobson gets the snap. He's going to take it on a quarterback draw up the middle. Gets tripped up and down he goes. Jordan Stavarius tackled him after a 1-yard gain, and it's 4th and goal.
Jordan Stavarius on the stop.
So 4th down and goal from the 11-yard line. A field goal from here would be 28 yards. They will go for it on 4th and goal and then put it on the defense. 2.5 minutes to go first half. 4th and goal. Hobson with Arnott behind him. Hobson looks, now in trouble. Rolls out far side, throws, end zone, tipped away. And a penalty flag down at the 1-yard line. 2 flags down. Milton fans booing. Stoughton fans giving it right back to them, and you can't do that chant, and the referee comes over and tells us it's a pass interference against Milton. And the ball will be placed half the distance to the goal, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty essentially.
So, 1st and 10, Stoughton.
So 1st and goal now from the 5.5-yard line. No, I beg your pardon, it's still 4th down. I forget, at the high school level, they don't give them an automatic 1st down on pass interference. So 4th down and goal now from the 5-yard line instead of the 11. Hobson has it, or will have it. Now he has it. Quarterback draw, and now runs out to this near side. Stiff arm, and he's not going to get there. He gets tackled, no gain on the play. Ben Sorgel making the stop, and it's a turnover on downs at the 6-yard line.
Ball turns over now. It'll be 1st and 10, Milton.
So Milton's defense comes up big, keeping the Vikings out of the end zone. That's the good news for them. The bad news is they are stuck deep in their own end here with 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line. 2:10 to go first quarter. A look down the offensive line of the Red Hawks. First man through.
Jerry Jones on the carry.
Jerry Jones on the run.
Jack Sanford on the
5-yard run.
He had 6, 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 5 coming. Jordan, hands off. Jones again, I believe. And this time the Viking defense meets him. It's going to be a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. 2-yard run. Derek Hill making the tackle for the Vikings. And now from the 13-yard line, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Minute and 10 to go, first quarter. On this late Friday night. And now, before we go any further, we've got a timeout taken by Milton.
Timeout on the field, timeout Milton.
So the Redhawks call time, which will give me an opportunity to tell you that boys soccer lost to DeForest yesterday on the Thursday the 26th by a final margin of 2-1. That's an awfully close look at us too here, by the way. Girls volleyball on the 26th, Oregon beat Stoughton 3 games to 2, 23-25, 25-20, 25-22, 21-25, and 15-9. And girls tennis lost to Verona by a score of 6-1. So coming out of the timeout, a 3rd down and 3 play coming up for Milton. Minute and 3 to go in the first quarter. Ball is on the Milton 13-yard line. And this will be up to the 15, which should be a little bit short of the first down.
Big keeper on the carry.
So Jordo on the carry. So they're at the 15, and they're going to have to punt the football away for the. So this should be our first punt of the game. Barrett Nelson making the stop for the Vikings. Jonah O'Connor and Nathan Hutcherson back deep to receive the punt from Jace Roca. Roca has had very few punts this year, but the ones he has had have been impressive. He's got a 56-yard average on the season, and we've got a penalty flag down, flags all over the place. And it's going to be a false start against Milton this time, so a 5-yard penalty. They're second for a total of 10 yards. So the ball goes back to the 10-yard line. Clock runs 13, 12, and 11 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. I'm speaking as loud as I can. So from the 10, now we've got another whistle as the clock has reached 00, and that's the end of the first quarter with our score, the Vikings 7 and the Milton Redhawks nothing. We'll take a timeout and come back. Second quarter coming up. This is high school boys football, the Badger South Conference on the Stoughton Sports Network.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
Welcome you back to Collins Field on a Friday night. It is 7-0 Vikings as we head into the second quarter between this Badger South matchup between Milton and Stoughton. And the Redhawks looking to punt the football away here to start the second quarter. Jace Roca standing in his end zone to kick the football away, puts a high arcing kick. And that will be at the 46, flag down. Nathan Hutcherson stepping out through tackles, a fumble, and it's going to be Milton football at the 34-yard line, and Hutcherson rips his helmet off. Milton gets the turnover. There are flags down, 2 blocks in the back will be the calls here.
Ball's on the 35, first and 10, Milton.
So the penalties against the Vikings will be declined, and Milton will have it first and 10 on their own 35-yard line. So essentially that becomes a 20-yard advance, and the drive continues. Jordahl throws far side, and this will be almost intercepted by Teddy Balducas.
Broken up by Teddy Balducas. For Logan Kanuka. Second and 10.
Second and 10 from the 35, just underway here, second quarter. So I guess that this would be considered a different possession because there was a change of possession on the punt, and then the Vikings fumbled it. So new possession here, and it's second and 10 from the 35-yard line. Jordahl sends Jerry Jones in motion across the formation. Fakes one way, comes this way, throws across the middle, and that's incomplete. Intended receiver was John Storlid. Jack Sanford on the coverage for the Vikings. So third down and 10 now from the 35-yard line. And Milton 0 for 2 so far on third down attempts in this contest. 11:35 to play in the first half. So third and 10 from the 35. Dane Nelson was the player in motion. Jordahl to pass. Trying to scramble around, gets out of trouble. Now lofts downfield and nobody home. Intended receiver was Hunter Pernod, and that falls incomplete. So the fumble doesn't cost the Vikings too much, except maybe about 20 yards of field position.
Backbeat for Stone, number 86, Nathan Hutchinson. Coming from Milton will be number 99, Jace Roca.
So from the 35, Roca, again, a high spiraling kick. Holy buckets. That falls, takes a great big huge Milton bounce, and falls dead at the 12-yard line. 53 yards on that punt to go along with 45 on the first one. So now the Vikings will have it as the field has gotten flipped on them. Ball will be down at the 12-yard line for the Vikings. Still in the first minute of the second quarter. Adam Hobson, the quarterback. Arnott has it, sheds a tackle, spins his way up to about the 24-yard line. Jordan Stavarius making the tackle. A gain of 12, a first down for the Vikings. Ball at the 24, first and 10. Just past a minute gone here in the second quarter. Two receivers far side, one to the near side. Hobson has it. Handoff. Arnott up the middle again. Picks his way through traffic, and he gets up to the 30. That's a gain of 6, and it'll be second down and 4.
Second and 4.
Jace Roca making the tackle for the Redhawks. 2nd and 4 from the 30-yard line. Arnott averaging 116.8 yards per game this year as Hobson rolls out, now throws, catch made, up along the far sideline, 50, 45, 40, fumble again, it goes out of bounds though, flag down, 2 flags down.
Ryan Ellingson on the reception there, a couple of flags for the play.
Ryan Ellingson making the catch, however, we'll check the flags. It would have been a 30-yard gain. However, there are 2 flags down. It's a block in the back against the Vikings. So a block in the back against Stoughton.
Block in the back against Stoughton.
So they'll move it 10 yards back from the 50. They'll get it back to the 40. So we're going to give him 30 on the completion and then a 10-yard penalty. And so the end result is it's 1st and 10 from the Stoughton 40. Coming up on 10 minutes left here in the first half, right up the middle. Quinn Arnott with the run. Logan Knutson making the tackle for Milton, a gain of 3, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 43-yard line. Hobson waits for the next snap. 2nd and 7. Flag down. Arnott spins his way down to the 45. That'll be a gain of 11. However, we'll check the flag first. Ben Sorgel with the tackle for Milton. But let's see what the penalty flag is. So an illegal formation, says the referee. 5 players were in the backfield. So that's a 5-yard penalty. Third penalty for a total of 20 yards. And the ball goes back to the 38, where it'll be 2nd and 12. Second and 12, Hobson looks to throw, does, and it's complete. Connor Knopf with the reception up to the 44-yard line, a gain of 6. Jack Weberpaul making the stop for the Redhawks. So the ball back to the 43-yard line once again, and 3rd down and 6. Hobson to pass, looks, throws, near side, and it is incomplete, intended for Hutcherson. He had it, but it was knocked away from behind. Joseph Jones with excellent coverage for Milton, and it's incomplete, where it'll set up now 4th down and 6 from the 43. Quinn Arnott to punt the football away. Quinn's got a 34.8 yards per punt average. Jordan Stavarius back deep to receive. Kick on its way. Good spiraling looking kick sends Stavarius back to the 16-yard line. And Stavarius, oh boy, he got hammered at the 20, 25. And he'll get back to the 26-yard line.
10 Milton.
40-yard punt. Brooks Empey making the tackle for the Vikings. So Milton has it back once again. It is 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Handoff coming around this way on the sweep. He's in trouble in the backfield, and that is Kyle Dennert, and he gets tackled back at the 25-yard line, a loss of 1. Connor Knopf making the tackle for loss. It's a 1-yard loss, and it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Second and 11 for Milton from their own 25-yard line. 7.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Both teams with 1 turnover tonight. Both by way of fumble. And now in trouble, and down goes Jordahl. Jack Rilling in on the tackle. A loss of 3. So back to the 22-yard line where it's going to be 3rd down and 14.
3rd and 14.
Milton 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversion attempts tonight. Third and 14, 6:40 to play. Clock running here, second quarter. Jordahl. Bootleg out to the far side, now turns upfield, and he's going to get wrestled down as he gets back the lost yardage from the last 2 plays. Brooks Empey with the tackle after a gain of 5. It'll be 4th and 9 from the 27. Nathan Hutcherson back deep to receive the punt. This will be the 3rd punt of the night for Milton. Jace Rocha back to kick the football away. Boy, as he put a boot into it, he legitimately had a 56-yard average coming into tonight's game. He's already got a 49 on the first 2 punts he's attempted tonight. Snap back to Rocha, and again, this one a high spiraling kick. Hutcherson has it at the 35-yard line and comes this way, has some running room, turns the quarter, 50, 40, 35, still in bounds, out at the 30-yard line. Blake Riggs wrestled him out of bounds. 38 yards on the punt and 35 on the return. So first down at the 27-yard line of Milton. So tremendous field position here for the Vikings to start this drive on the 35-yard return by Nathan Hutcherson. Hobson hands it to Brooks Empey, who steps over people as he gets inside the 25 to the 24. It's a gain of 3. Logan Knutson making the stop for Milton, but not before Empey picks up 3. Second down and 7 from the 24-yard line. Approaching 5 minutes to play, first half. Hobson waits for the snap, has it, but a whistle just before the snap, and it will be a false start against the Vikings. So 5-yard penalty, their 4th of the night, for a total now of 25 yards. Vikings had, I think, 10 or 11 penalties last week for 100 yards even, I think. So now, instead of a 2nd and 7, it will be a 2nd and 12. Ball at the 30. Hobson, long drop, now throws, and that is into a whole bunch of traffic. Intended for Quinn Arnott, falls incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12. 4:27 left. So Vikings 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions thus far tonight. 3rd down and 12 from just inside the 30-yard line. Hobson waits for the snap. 4 wideouts. Hobson, nice pickup on the block by Arnott. Throws, and that's going to be short-armed, and a flag down. And this may be, Jordan Stavarius was on the coverage, and Luke Hessenauer, I think, is going to be penalized here, either for roughing the passer or something. Personal foul. On a late hit against the quarterback, so a 15-yard penalty, and it's going to be an automatic 1st down. So they'll move the ball down to the 15-yard line.
Result of the play will be 1st and 10, Stoughton.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Milton 15-yard line. 3:23 in running here in the 2nd quarter. Hobson hands it. Arnott gets buried right in the middle of the line. Very short, if any, gain. Seth Haldeman making the tackle among a pile of white shirts. No gain on the play. And it's going to be 2nd and 10.
4 games, 2nd and 10.
Again, the Vikings, if they win, will be 4-0, 5-1 overall. Milton is undefeated on the season. They're 5-0 and 3-0 in the Badger South. So whoever wins this game, 1 gets a playoff berth, and 2 will be the leader of the Badger South Conference. Hobson back to pass, looks, throws, far side, catch made. A stumble and a tackle just inside the 10-yard line. Jack Weberpal making the tackle. Connor Knopf with the reception. It'll be a gain down to the 4-yard line, so it'll be a pickup of 6. 3rd down and a long 4 coming up.
Game at 5, it'll be 3rd and 5.
So the ball just inside the 10-yard line. Vikings leading by 7. And a big 3rd down play coming here for Stoughton. And the defense for Milton, for that matter. They play fake to Arnott, throws to the 2-yard line. The catch is made. They'll call it down at the 1 to Quinn Arnott. It's a gain of 9. It'll be a 1st down. Ben Sorgo making the tackle for the Redhawks, but it's now 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
Actually, 1st and goal for the 1.
First down and goal from the 1-yard line. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Arnott to the end zone, and he is stopped short. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and goal. Timeout called by Milton. Luke Hessenauer got Arnott before he broke the plane of the goal line, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Girls swimming lost to a very strong McFarland team this week by a score of 111-59. in boys soccer, Oregon beat Stoughton 4-1. Girls golf, Stoughton finished in third place at the Badger South Conference tournament with a team score of 387. And in tennis, it was Stoughton 4 and Monroe 3. So timeout, Milton. They have one left. Vikings leading by 7, and the ball is inside the 1 yard line. If we look right down the line of scrimmage, or maybe right at the 1 yard line, you see there, well, 32 is in the way there, but Joseph Jones. But nonetheless, and now we've got a timeout taken by the Vikings. So we trade timeouts here. The Vikings will be on the road next week as they will take on Watertown. And our next home game will be our last home game of the regular season. And that will be in 3 weeks' time on Friday night, October 18th, when the Vikings host Monona Grove. And that'll be a game you can see on the Stoughton Sports Network. It has been a mixed bag of weather, to say the least, here in the almost 4 hours that we've been here. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. Second down and goal for the Vikings. The ball is inside the 1 yard line. Hobson, everybody in tight. He works from under center, drifts forward, and he is in for a touchdown. So a touchdown for the Vikings as they now lead by a score of 13-0 with 1:09 to go. And the extra point attempt is coming from Adam Hobson. He is now 20 of 25 on extra points as he connected successfully on the first one tonight. And now we will see what this one looks like. High snap, ball is down, the kick is good. And with 1:09 to go in the second quarter, Vikings increase their lead. It's now 14-0 as we take a look at our replay on that 1 yard touchdown plunge from Adam Hobson. See everybody in tight. Milton defense cannot quite keep him out of the end zone as he is buried under that sea of humanity, but he clearly made it in over the goal line. And so the Vikings up now 14-0 with 1:09 left in this opening half.
All right, kicking off for Stoughton, number 10, Adam Hobson.
Hobson to kick the football away. Then we'll see what Milton can do in the last 69 seconds of the first half.
Back deep for Milton. Number 13, George Tavarius. Number 20, Kyle Gaynor.
Talking about weather earlier, we've seen hail, we've seen heavy rain, we've seen probably 30 or 35 mile-an-hour winds at times. We've seen cloud formations that look like an eye of a hurricane. We've seen fog roll in and then promptly dissipate. And now looking up into the lights again, it looks like a heavy mist has made its appearance known once more. Hobson, kind of a corkscrew kick that bounces off a Milton player, and then they fall on it at the 29-yard line.
Down at the 30-yard line. Seth Palmer.
So the ball will be at the Milton 29.
First and 10, Milton.
And the Redhawks have 67 seconds and one timeout with which to work to try and come up with something here at the end of the first half. FYI, the Redhawks will get the ball to start the second half as they had won the opening toss and deferred. So we'll see what Milton does here And that's going to be an awkward handoff, but it'll be a big running play up to the 50-yard line, and then a flag comes flying in. Jerry Jones, I believe, was the runner, and he is pushed out of bounds at the Viking 48. So it'll be a 23-yard gain and then a penalty against Stoughton on top of that. Rudy Detweiler ran him out of bounds. So they marked him out of bounds at the 50, so it's a 21-yard gain plus a 15-yard penalty.
First and 10, Milton.
And so that moves the ball down to the Stoughton 35-yard line in one play. 58 seconds left in the first half. If it matters, Milton has the wind, whatever there is, at their back. And here's a running play. That's Jones, and he's going to be stopped quickly. Rudy Detweiler with the tackle, a gain of 2, and it will be 2nd and 8. So the ball at the 33-yard line, 40, 39, 38 seconds left here in the opening half. Jordahl back to pass, looks, throws left side, has a receiver over there, slips and falls though. Intended receiver was Hunter Pernot, and that falls incomplete, so it'll be 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
Jordahl 0 for 4 tonight, with obviously no yards. And Milton, coincidentally, also 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversion attempts. So 3rd and 8 from the 33, 31 seconds to go opening half. Jordahl rolls this way, throws, tip, bounced off of a helmet, and it's going to be incomplete. And that was intended for number 2, which is John Storlid.
4th down.
And now 4th down. Both teams 1 for 1 in 4th down conversions tonight. 26 seconds to go in the half. So Viking defense looking to come up with a stop here on 4th and 8 from the Viking 33. Jordahl and a wraparound handoff to Jones, and he is going to get stopped short of the line to gain a gain of 2. Dustin Welke making the tackle, and it's a turnover on downs.
Jacob Pearson tripped him up. Ball turns over on downs. 1st and 10, Stoughton.
So the ball ends up at the 28. No, let's see. 33-yard line. And the Vikings have 1 timeout and 20 seconds with which to work. That's Hutcherson in motion. Hobson, fake throw. Lots of time now over the middle, catch made, and down, catch made by Jack Rilling. And we're down to 11 seconds. 17 and 9, 26-yard pass play. Kai Curl making the tackle. And that's down at the 42 of Milton. Eleven seconds left here in the first half. Vikings have it 1st and 10 from the Milton 42-yard line. Vikings out of timeouts now. And again, we have just 11 seconds to go before intermission. So we'll see what Stoughton comes up with here from the 42. Snap back to Hobson, 10, 9, 8 seconds. Hobson in trouble, rolls out. Now launches down the middle of the field, has Rilling at the 5, and it sails over his head. Incomplete. And now it is launch time again, as it's 2nd and 10, but only 3 seconds left. Rilling kind of slowly trots his way back to the Viking huddle. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Again, just 3 seconds left here in the first half. Hutcherson, the slot receiver on this near side. 2 out to that far side of the field. Hobson's got it. Milton coming after him, and they've got him, and that's going to be a loss back to the 49-yard line, and that is the way the first half will come to an end. Kai Curl gets credit for the tackle. A loss of 8. And so that's the way the first half comes to an end. With our score, the Vikings 14 and the Milton Redhawks nothing. Halftime entertainment coming up. This is high school boys football, the Badger South Conference on the Stoughton Sports.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
Take a step back to yesteryear. Friday nights from 5 until midnight, WSTO will be featuring classic movies, including such titles as The Brain That Wouldn't Die, His Girl Friday, and more. Friday night movies from 5 p.m. until midnight on WSTO TV and online at WSTO.TV.
Stoughton Hospital's state-of-the-art Surgical Services Center provides spacious private rooms, skilled surgeons, and a comfortable waiting area where you can easily track your loved one's progress. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
Lyndon Knight, Dan Loretic, Barbara Lowe, Mike Lowe, Jim Martin, Gary Morstad, Dr. David Nelson, Dr. Frank Nichols, David Nielsen, Mary Norland, Donna Olson, Randy Olson, Joe Palumbo, Harold Peterson, Doug Funheller, Bev Pieper, Dan Perkle, Teresa Perkle, Jim Qualley, Rich Reisner, Mark Rostowski, Deanne Rotar Eccles, Tim Rush, Phil Schoenbeck, Paul Selvo, Scott Sharp, Dennis Sheehan, Joe Sheehan, Carol Scavlin, Dave Scavlin, Todd Scavlin, Eric Schmiedel, Scott Stokes, David Stronach, Dale Tyler, Roger Udermark, Bard Wheel, Pete Beek, Terry Gosberg, Bob Worsland, Richard Whipple, Troy Weiser, and Craig Wood. Please give a big round of applause for our honorary S12 members. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Shelly Anderson, the Assistant Athletic Director, will present the 2019 recipients with their honorary S12 letters. This year's recipients are Elise McLaury, and Bart Qualley. In order for any program to have success, there needs to be those who can make contributions to the kids and programs in various ways. Our first inductee, Elise McLaury, has contributed to Stoughton schools and Stoughton athletics dating back to her days as an outstanding athlete herself. Elise returns to Stoughton to take over the very swim program from the coach she competed for. After a successful coaching career, Elise stepped away from coaching, but not as an active contributor to Stoughton athletics. Currently, Elise is on her second term as the Stoughton Sports Booster Club president and can be seen supporting all Viking programs. Please put your hands together for Elise McLaury. Our second inductee, Bart Qualley, is a Stoughton graduate who has served our athletic programs in multiple ways. Bart is most notably known for his impact on the hockey program here in Stoughton, where he has served from coach to club president, as well as being an official in times of need. The impact of the work Bart does for the athletic program and department by assisting the hockey program is irreplaceable. His dedication and follow-through is the backbone to our community-based program where so many have succeeded. If there's ever been a need, Bart has been there. Put your hands together for our second inductee, Bart Qualley. The athletic department and community would like to extend a big thank you and congratulations to all of our honorary S-Club members, and congratulations to our new members, Elise McLaury and Bart Qualley. And on the field, put your hands together for the Stoughton Dance Team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stoughton dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, JV football had a great win in a tight game against Milton last night. And next week, the Vikings face Watertown. Our JV volleyball team will host the JV Invite tomorrow, starting at 9 o'clock. Boys and girls cross country will compete in the Midwest Cross Country Invite tomorrow down in Janesville. And next Saturday, October 5th, come out and watch our runners at home as they host the Stoughton Cross Country Invite. Girls swim and travel to Jefferson tomorrow to take on Monona Grove, Lodi, and Jefferson. And on Tuesday, the team will host Monroe with a 6 p.m. start. Reminder, all students receive free admission to all home athletic events with a valid student ID. Please remember, there's no re-entry into events, and no carry-ins are allowed.
We welcome you back to Collins Field for second half action of this matchup between undefeated teams in the Badger South Conference. The Redhawks 5-0 overall, Vikings 4-1. I'm James Weingard with you tonight, and it is great to have you with us. Vikings leading by a score of 14-0. And let's take a look at our first half highlights. The 2 touchdowns for the Vikings. First, coming with 9:46 left, it's going to be Quinn Arnott, number 28, taking a handoff, busting out to the far side of the field and taking off down the far sideline, outracing everybody to the end zone. The 56-yard run gave the Vikings a 7-0 lead. That flag was for sideline interference, which was just a warning. And then a little bit later on, late in the second quarter, it was Adam Hobson, the quarterback, and you'll see him just burrow his way in through the Milton defense, crossing the goal line. A late call, but a touchdown called for the Vikings, and that's where we stand now. It is 14-0 as we head to the second half. Taking a look at the Stoughton Hospital stats report through the first half, rushing for Milton, 14 carries, 40 yards, passing, no yards at all on 5 attempts. So a total offensive output for Milton, 40 yards. Both teams with 1 turnover. Vikings 5 penalties for 40 yards. They had 217 yards of total offense. We mentioned a moment ago that this was an important game standings-wise. As we take a look at the Badger South Conference standings right now, Milton and Stoughton at the top, both 3-0. Milton 5-0 overall, and 4-1 are the Vikings. And then you see Monroe and Watertown at 2-1, Monona Grove and Oregon at 1-2, and then Fort Atkinson and Edgewood, who we saw the last couple of weeks, they are at 0-3. So Vikings with a couple of tough weeks. They are taking on, of course, Milton tonight, and then they'll be on the road to Watertown next week. A look at weather as we get ready for the second half on the Stoughton Trailers weather report. 63 degrees now, still very comfortable out. Rain for the most part has stopped. It looks like there's still either fog or a heavy kind of mist coming down. Otherwise cloudy skies, and we'll see north winds pretty light for the remainder of the game. Nothing at all like what we saw before the game. We had hail about an hour and a half before the scheduled start time. We were scheduled to start at 7 o'clock as usual. However, hail, heavy rain, and lightning gave us a 90-minute delay, so we actually started in real time as we are here on a Friday night, started at 8:30. Hobson kicks off, and before we get anything else, we have a whistle stopping play. Offside against Stoughton. So that puts the Vikings now at 6 penalties. That was 5 yards for 45 yards. And instead of the 40-yard line, they'll kick off from the 35.
All right, we'll try that again.
Milton has brought a lot of people here, as you may be able to see across the field. Big student section here, parents, supporters out in full force. Vikings have a pretty good crowd here on this near side as well, as you look over the referee's shoulder and watch Adam Hobson approach the football again. And this time it goes off to the far side, caught on the run outside the 20, and now right up the middle across the 40, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Milton at the 43-yard line on the return by Kyle Daner.
Dustin Wolke on the stop.
So Milton ball. On their own 43-yard line. Winner of this game stays perfect in the Badger South Conference and claims a playoff berth. Jordahl will work from under center. Handoff gets tripped up in the backfield, and that is Nick Huber on the run. Curtis Jaskulski making the tackle, a loss of a yard, and it's going to be 2nd down and 11.
Nick Huber on the carry.
So back to the 42. Loss of 1. Run goes up the middle with lots of running room. Good job by the umpire. The runner goes by him. Jerry Jones on the run. Adam Hobson with the tackle. A gain down to the 47 of the Vikings. 10-yard gain. $11-yard gain. First and 10 for Milton on the Viking side of the ball now. On the Viking side of the 50, they're at the 47. Take the handoff one way that goes to the backfield. Jones gets stood up and pancaked backwards right at the line of scrimmage. Jack Nelson and Barrett Nelson making the tackle for the Vikings, a loss of 1. Second down and 11. So second and 11 from the Viking 48-yard line. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Oh boy, another big hit as Huber gets hammered by Brooks Empey. Diplomatically, we'll call that an emphatic tackle, and it's a loss of 5. So it goes back to the Milton side of the 50, so back to the 47-yard line. And it's now third down and 16. High snap, Jordahl climbs the ladder to go get it. He's going to launch downfield, and this will be tipped in the air and intercepted off the touch to Jonah O'Connor. O'Connor running up the far sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Second turnover of the night by the Redhawks, and the Vikings back in business here in the early stages of the third quarter. A 20-yard return by Jonah O'Connor, and that's not us getting beaten up here. That's somebody banging their umbrella on the metal stands down there like that. First and 10, Milton 45-yard line. Snap back, handoff. That's Quinn Arnott on the run. Quinn inside the 40s down to the 39. That's a gain of 6.
Travis Cunningham on the stop. Gain of 7. Gain of 6, second and 4.
Second down and 4 coming for the Vikings from the Milton 39-yard line. 8:40 to play in the third. Hobson out of the pistol again. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. That's Connor Knopf on this near side. Handoff goes to Arnott as he spins his way through traffic, picks out of a tackle, and holds on to the ball. He's down to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 17. Kai Curl with the tackle for Milton. A first down.
Going Larson on the stop. Very good for a stop. First down.
Ball at the 22, 8:10 to go, third quarter. First and 10 Vikings, leading by 14. Snap. Fake the handoff one way, throw out to Hutcherson on the far side, trying to break out of a tackle, does not, but he is down to the 13-yard line. Joseph Jones with the tackle, a gain of 10, and it'll be another first down.
Dave Hutchinson. That'll be good for another stop. First down.
Ball at the 12-yard line. First and 10 Vikings, leading by 14. Adam Hobson now 10 of 18 for 126 yards. Averages about 160 per game. First and 10 Stoughton. Snap back, handoff. Goes to Quinn Arnott as he tumbles over the 10. He's down to about the 7. That'll be a gain of 5. Josiah Richardson making the tackle for the Redhawks, and it's second and 5 from the 7-yard line. Rilling splits out to the far side of the field. Knopf is the wide receiver near side. Nathan Hutcherson in the slot on this near side for the Vikings on the 2nd and 5 play. Throw over the head of Nathan Hutcherson. It falls incomplete, and it will be third down.
Third 5.
Vikings 3 of 5 on third down conversions in the first half. And Milton was 0 for 5. No, 0 for 6. Third down and 5 now for Stoughton from the 7-yard line of Milton. Arnott has it. He gets alligator wrestled from behind down at the 5-yard line. A gain of 2. Seth Haldeman making the stop for the Red Hawks.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 4th and 3.
So 4th down and 3. Vikings were 1 for 1 in the first half on 4th down attempts. Ball needs to get to about the 2-yard line for a first down. Ball is at the 5. Hobson, just for information's sake, is 0 for 1 on field goal attempts this season. But the Vikings will go for it on 4th down. Hobson keeps it himself, pushes backwards, still up. He is down at about the 3, maybe the 2. Milton says he is short, and the referees say that he is going to be, I think he's going to be short, yeah. Near side official spots it at the 3-yard line. I think he needed to get to about the 2. The white hat referee eyes it up. And are we going to get a measurement? Yes, we are. So the clock stops with 5:55 to go in the third quarter, and it's an official's timeout for measurement. And I will go onto the side of he is short. He will not have it. So they bring the chains out from the far side of the field. And they stretch it out, and he will be short by a half a yard. So much like we saw earlier in the first half, the good news is Milton, or for Milton anyway, they stopped the offense, the Stoughton offense, from scoring. The bad news is they are stuck at their own 3-yard line. Vikings leading 14-0, just a little over halfway gone here in the third. Now we will see what the Milton offense can do from deep in their own end of the field. Jordahl works from under center on the first down play. Handoff goes to Jerry Jones, and Jones picks up nothing on the play. Nathan Begatis with the stop for the Vikings. No gain, second down and 10 from the 3-yard line. Jordahl out of the shotgun this time. Handoff goes up the middle, and that gets across the 5. Jerry Jones with the run again. Picks up 4 this time. Jack Nelson with the Viking tackle. And it's now third down and 6 from the 7-yard line. Milton 0 for 6 on third down plays tonight, trying to convert. And if they need one, now is the time as they're still deep in their own end zone. High snap. Jordahl runs far side, throws downfield, and it's caught. Ashton Gall making the reception. They get out to the 17-yard line, a gain of 10, and a first down. The first third down conversion tonight for Milton. .4:14 to go, clock running here in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Redhawks on their own 17-yard line. Handoff this time goes to Dainert, who goes out to the far side, and he gets blasted out of bounds. Rudy Detweiler pushed him out. It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
Second and 8 from the 20-yard line. Snap back to Jordahl. He is in trouble, now escapes, has lots of running room up the far sideline, and he goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line, a gain of 25, and it's going to be, let's see, they'll mark him out at the 43, so a gain of 23. Jonah O'Connor chased him out of bounds, but it's another first down for Milton. So ball at the 43-yard line, 3:44 to go, third quarter. Vikings leading 14-0. And the turn, the handoff. This will go to Jones as he gets to the 45, which will be a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming. Derek Hill made the hit for the Vikings. So both teams have lost a fumble so far tonight. Milton threw an interception on their last drive, which was Jordahl's only his 2nd interception of the season. 2nd down and 8 from the 45-yard line as we approach 3 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Jordahl, maybe a busted play, in trouble, and he will get taken down from behind. Very short gain on the play, maybe 1. Derek Hill on the stop for the Vikings, chased him down. It'll be a gain of 1, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. Jones 10 carries, 50 yards for the Redhawks. Evan Jordahl 6 carries, 23 yards so far tonight. 3rd down and 7 from the 47-yard line. Jordahl to pass, looks, now pulls it down, sidesteps a tackle, sidesteps another, gets a couple of blocks, and he spins. He will have the first down. A tremendous run by the Milton quarterback, Evan Jordahl, and now we've got a penalty flag flying in late. Barrett Nelson finally wrestled Jordahl to the ground. A 10-yard run. And it will be a personal foul against the Vikings. So from the Stoughton 43, they'll move it down to the 28-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7 penalties for 60 yards now. And it will be 1st and 10 after the 10-yard. We got the 10-yard run. And down at the 28. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Vikings lead by 14, and before we continue, the Vikings will call timeout. So the Vikings call time, And we have 1:57 to go in the third quarter. Vikings use their first timeout of this second half. Vikings, as we mentioned, will be on the road next week when they play at Watertown.
First and 10, Milton.
And then they will be at Monroe on the 11th. Inside handoff, and up the middle goes Kyle Dainert. And Dainert down close to the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8.
Owen Chase on the stop. Gain of 8.
Owen
Second
Chase
and 2.
with the tackle for the Vikings. So again, the Vikings will be at Watertown next week, at Monroe on the 11th, and then home to wrap things up in the regular season against Monona Grove on Friday, October 18th. Second and 2 for the Milton Redhawks. By far the best sustained drive they've had in this contest. Here's a handoff off the right side, and that is Jerry Jones. Jones to the 16, a gain of 4. Ryan Lamers pulled him down.
First and 10, Milton.
The 11th play of the drive coming up as we come up on a minute left here in the third quarter. Milton looking to cut the Vikings lead, which is currently 14. 50 seconds left here in the third. First and 10 from the 16-yard line. Handoff, sidesteps a tackle in the backfield, and no further goes Nick Huber.
Nick Huber in the carry.
Rudy Detweiler comes off the field
Rudy Detweiler on the stop.
and also made the tackle.
Loss of 1 on the play.
A loss of 1 on that run. So back to the 17-yard line. 20 seconds to go. We'll see if Milton chooses to run another play here before the third quarter clock expires. And they will. Jordal to pass, looking, lots of time, now steps up, has some running room up the middle before he gets sandwiched. Down he goes before the 15-yard line. He's at the 16. Barrett Nelson making the tackle. It's a gain of 2, and that's the way quarter number 3 will come to an end. So our score after 3, it's the Vikings 14, the Redhawks nothing. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Fourth quarter coming up. This is high school boys football, the Badger South Conference on the Stoughton Sports Network.
I'm here to just make sure that patients are well taken care of and that I'm the best surgeon that I can possibly be for them. The focus is on the patient and making their experience here as good as possible. It's wonderful to know that I had a part in helping them improve their lives.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
And we welcome you back to Collins Field on a Friday night. James Weingard and company with you here from Stoughton on this rainy, misty, haily, if that's a word, Friday night. Third down and 9 for Milton. They're 2 of 8 on third down conversions so far tonight. Both of those conversions came on this drive. Jordahl throws, and it's caught at the 1 yard line.
Red Hawk pass is complete.
Catch by Nick Huber. It's a gain of 15.
First and goal, Milton.
So the ball at the 1 yard line. Jordahl now 2 of 8 for 25 yards and an interception. Milton knocking on the door here, looking to get their first points of the game. Just underway, fourth quarter. Jordahl under center. Handoff to the middle, and that goes nowhere for Jerry Jones. Curtis Jaskulke making the tackle for the Vikings.
Jacob Gibson made the initial contact.
Minimal gain, if any.
Loss of 2 on the throw.
Actually, they're going to lose a yard back to the 2 yard line.
Second goal.
Second down and goal. Minute gone, fourth quarter. John Norlid near side is the receiver. Far side, Dane Nelson. Handoff. Jones, and he's stuffed at the 1 yard line. He's going to lose another. Back to the 3.
Rudy Detweiler on the stop.
Rudy Detweiler, tackle for loss, so back to the 3 yard line. And it's now third down and goal. Third and goal from the 3. Can the Vikings defense hold one more time? Perhaps 2 more times. Jordahl hands off to the right side, and he is in for a touchdown. That's Nick Huber for 3 yards, and it's now 14-6.
Nick Huber.
Extra point pending here.
Luke Hessenauer to get the extra point.
Luke Hessenauer to try the extra point. He's 16 of 22 on extra points this year. 14-6 now with 10:04 to play. High snap, they get it down, and the kick is good.
The 10:04 left. In the fourth quarter, the score 14. Milton 7.
So that drive (16 plays, 97 yards). If you remember, the Vikings got stopped on the Milton 3 yard line in what seems was a long time ago. And Milton converted 4 third down plays on that drive. They're now 4 of 10 and take it 97 yards in 16 plays to cut the lead of the Vikings to 14-7. Jack Rilling and Nathan Hutcherson back deep to receive the kickoff from Hessenauer.
Number 52, Hessenauer.
So this has turned into what was a 14-point game, now down to 7. And Milton has found some momentum here in the second half, as this one will be taken by Rilling at the 10 yard line. Comes this way, 15-20, has some blocks, spins out of a tackle, runs into his own man, and he gets buried at the 30 yard line. And that's where the Vikings will start this drive, first and 10 from their 30 yard line. Romeo Orr making the stop for the Redhawks. So Vikings start from their own 30 and need to recapture some of that momentum that the Red Hawks just took on a 16-play, 97-yard drive. Vikings with 137 yards on the ground so far tonight. Hobson hands to Arnott, and Arnott gets piled up right in the middle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming for the Vikings. Kai Curl making the stop for Milton. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Nine and a half minutes to play in regulation. In real time, right now it's 10:15 p.m. Again, we started at 8:30 because of an hour and a half weather delay. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hobson to throw, catch made, and Quinn Arnott busts a tackle. He gets up to the 37. It gets a gain of 7 on the pass play. Jordan Stavarius with the tackle for the Red Hawks. Actually, we'll give him 8 on the play where it'll be 3rd down and 2. Vikings 3 of 6 on 3rd down conversions tonight. They need 2. Adam Hobson now 11 of 20 for 134 yards through the air. 8.5 minutes to go in the 4th in a 7-point game from Collins Field in Stoughton. Snap back to Hobson, quick throw, and the catch is made by Connor Knopf at the 44-yard line, a gain of 6, and it'll be a quick 1st down. Noah Berberich making the tackle for the Red Hawks. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Clock runs again as we come up on 8 minutes left in the 4th. Vikings looking to answer a 97-yard, 16-play drive that the Red Hawks engineered a little while ago. Ball at the Viking 44. Hobson hands it to Arnott. Arnott spins his way across the 45, gets to about the 46-yard line, which would be a gain of 2, and it will set up a 2nd down and 8. Logan Knudsen, the linebacker, comes up to stop Arnott.
2nd and 8.
Quinn Arnott got the scoring started tonight with a 56-yard run with 9:46 to go in the 1st quarter. Vikings led by 7. Adam Hobson, a 1-yard quarterback sneak at the goal line at the end of the 2nd quarter to make it 14-0. Nick Huber, a 3-yard run a little while ago. Adam Hobson with the run here. Hobson dives forward across the 50, and he's down to the 47-yard line of Milton. A 7-yard gain. Curl stopped Hobson.
3rd and 1.
Third down and 1. 6:42 to go. Clock ticking away here. Milton needs a stop. Vikings want a 1st down to keep the drive alive and run some more time. Hobson pushes forward, and the near side official is right on the stick, and it looks like the far side official took another step forward. They'll mark him down at the 46, so a very short gain. He only needed about a yard. They'll wind the clock, and it's going to be short, so officially no gain on the play. 4th down and 1.
4th and short.
Less than a yard. Drama now here at Collins Field. Well, you've got to think, just based on where we're sitting, you've got to think that maybe a measurement would be coming here as the ball looks very close to the sticks. Maybe it's a few links short. Clock continues to run here. Remember, they changed the rule from last year to this year. The play clock is like the NFL in college now, where it starts at 40, essentially after the last play, instead of going back to 25 when the referee gives the ready for play signal. And when the referee behind the defense starts calling, he starts marking the time off with his hand. Stoughton calls their second timeout of the second half. Boy, a big play coming up here as the Vikings need about a foot to make a first down. There's 5:32 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Vikings in front, 14-7. So even without the benefit of a measurement, the officials said that last play was short of the first down. Now, from the Milton 46-yard line, Vikings need about a foot for a first down. Snap to Hobson, hand to Arnott, has the first down across the 45 and down to the 43, a gain of 3 and a huge first down. Vikings now 2 of 3 on fourth down conversions tonight.
Travis Cunningham on the stop.
Ball to the 38-yard line of the Redhawks, and I should have said on that last play it was at the 42, so now it's down to the 38. So now, 1st and 10 for the Vikings as we come up on 5 minutes to go in regulation. Redhawks need a defensive stop. Hobson looking to engineer a game-winning drive here. And this is Brooks Empey who pushes the pile forward, and the ball's loose. Milton may have come up with it, and they have. A 10-yard run ends up in a fumble. Both teams now with 2 turnovers tonight. So the Redhawks got exactly what they needed. 4:47 to go, and now with an opportunity for a game-tying drive, or perhaps win if they go for 2. 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line for Milton. Snap back, and there's a fumble, and scooped up by Dane Nelson as he was on a sweep. A loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. Milton has all 3 timeouts, as you see on the top of the screen there with the 3 lines underneath their team name and score. 2nd and 11, 4:18 to go. Jordahl, play fake, rolls out this way. Lots of running room. Now he's going to take off and has more running room. Eludes another tackler, 50, 40, 30-yard line to the 20, and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And a flag down after the play. Jonah O'Connor ran him out.
That's going out of bounds by Jonah O'Connor.
A 42-yard run. And a personal foul against Stoughton. So this one will be half the distance to the goal, so that penalty will be about 7 yards. And they'll spot the ball at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for Milton. 3:56 left. Jordahl works from under center. Handoff, Huber. And Huber's down to the 4. That's a gain of 4. Second and goal coming up.
Second and goal.
Nick Huber now, 7 carries, 5 yards. It's been a tale of two halves. First half handled pretty handily by the Vikings. Second half has been pretty much all Milton. A 16-play drive in the last go-round, 97 yards. Now forced a fumble. Here's a toss play coming this way. Turns the corner, and he will be into the end zone for a touchdown. That's Nick Huber, and the Redhawks are 1 extra point kick away from tying the game. Nick Huber gets his second rushing touchdown of the quarter.
Luke Hessenauer will attempt the extra point.
Hessenauer to try the extra point for the tie. Snap, placement, the kick is good. 3:07 to go in the 4th. It is 14-14. Two more touchdown runs by Nick Huber here in the 4th quarter gives him 10 on the season. Redhawks now with 22 rushing touchdowns on the season, and Redhawks rushing tonight. Six carries for a total of 149 yards. And now the Vikings will have 3 minutes and 7 seconds to put a game-winning drive together. Nathan Hutcherson and Jack Rilling back deep to receive at their own 10-yard line from Hessenauer. So Hessenauer approaches, and this one's on its way, and this will be into the end zone for a touchback.
All replaced number 20, first and 10, Stoughton.
So the Vikings will have it first and 10 on their own 20-yard line. 3:07 to go in what is now a tie game. Quinn Arnott, 17 carries, 139 yards tonight. Now the Vikings have to come up with an offensive answer. Snap back. Arnott has it, and he will get wrestled down from behind. Luke Hessenauer with the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Actually a loss of 1. Keep in mind, Milton has all 3 timeouts yet. Stoughton with only 1. 2:40 to play. 2nd and 11 coming from the 19-yard line. Hobson on the carry. He loses yardage back inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. That's a loss of 5. Luke Hessenauer again.
Hessenauer will stop. Off the forward clip.
So back to the 14-yard line now, 2 minutes left in the fourth. Vikings facing 3rd and 16. Hobson to pass. Rolls out near side. Catch made. Arnott out of the backfield. 20, 25. Pushes toward the near sideline. They'll see where they mark him out of bounds. There's a flag down as well.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag at the 30. And it's going to be a block in the back against the Vikings. So Arnott had the first down at the 31, but the block in the back at the 30 pushes it back to the 20-yard line. So that's a 10-yard penalty. Pass went for 16, and then backwards 10. So now it's 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. 1:38 to go. Clock stopped. Hobson's got it. Looking, throwing, over the middle. Jack Rilling has it, and a first down. It's up to the 33, a gain of 13. First down, Vikings. 1:29 to go. Vikings come up quickly. Hobson to throw again, looking, rolls far side, throws, and this is caught. Oh, in and out of the hands. Connor Knopf, Kai Curl on the coverage. 2nd down and 10 from the 33. Connor, normally a very sure-handed receiver, just let that one slip through his hands into his body and ended up on the turf. So now it is 2nd and 10 from the Viking 33, 1:16 to play in regulation. 4 wideouts for the Vikings. Milton looking to come on a blitz. Hobson throws, and that is incomplete. Intended receiver was Ryan Ellingson, and it's lucky he got a hand on the ball because that was headed straight for a Milton defender in the body of Jack Weberpaul. And now it is 3rd down and 10 from the 33-yard line with 1:12 to go. Vikings 5 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Need a big one here. 1:12 to play. Flag down. False start against the Vikings. 10 penalties for the Vikings tonight for a total of 82 yards. I think they had about that many penalties last week, but for a little more yardage, maybe about 100. But now it's 3rd down and 15, back to the 27 or 28-yard line with 1:10 left. I think they're going to put the time back. Or officials, yeah, they're going to put a couple of seconds back up on the clock. 1:11 on the clock, and that's what they have. 3rd down and 15. Hobson to throw, looking, throwing, far side, catch made, short of the first down. Hutcherson has it. It'll be a 13-yard gain, and it's going to be 4th down and 2.
Fourth and 2.
32 seconds left. And the Vikings will go for it. Quinn Arnott has it and dives ahead. He's got the first down at the 45. A gain of 3, first down. First and 10, 45-yard line. Clock runs as we approach 30 seconds left. Back to pass goes Hobson. Rolls, throws, and that's, in and out of the hands of Ryan Ellingson at the 27-yard line. It's incomplete. Second and 10 coming. Second and 10 from the 45-yard line. 23 seconds to go. Tie game at 14. 5 wideouts for the Vikings. Empty backfield for Adam Hobson. 23 seconds left. Hobson has it. Looks, throws. Hutcherson has it. Down the seam. Breaks a tackle down inside the 20-yard line. He's at the 16. 39 yards on the run, on the pass, a first down. Timeout, Vikings. Hobson now 16 of 28 for 221. Jordan Stavarius, an ankle tackle to prevent the score. So the ball at the Milton 16-yard line. Vikings have used their final timeout. Actually, it looks like the ball is closer to the 18. So looking ahead, no more yards from here, and it would be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Hobson directing traffic. Pushes Cale McGee out closer to this near sideline. 5 wide receivers again for the Vikings. Ball at the 18-yard line. 16 seconds to go. First and 10, Stoughton. Snap back to the Vikings. Hobson throws. Behind his intended receiver, which was Cale McGee, and it's going to be second and 10, down to 13 seconds left.
Second and 10.
Twelfth play of this drive coming. 13 seconds to go in regulation. Five wideouts again for the Vikings. 3 to the wide side of the field. 2 more down here. Hobson with 13 seconds left. Down to 12 and 11. Hobson looking, throws down the middle of the field, tipped, intercepted in the end zone, and it will be brought out to the 10-yard line. 3 seconds left, and that will be Adam Hobson's 3rd interception of the season. Tate Grogan picked it off, and with 3 seconds to go, it will be first and 10 for the Redhawks at the 11-yard line, 10-yard line, and it would appear that we will be heading to overtime.
Yep, we'll take it in, and that'll end the game. Tie 14-14.
So we go to overtime with our score, the Vikings 14, the Redhawks 14. We'll take a break, we'll come back, and we'll get you reset for the overtime when we return. This is high school boys football, the Badger South Conference on the Stoughton Sports Network.
Looking for employment? Ready to brag to your friends about bringing your skills to the next level? Step up to Stoughton Trailers. We offer a wide range of employment opportunities and great benefits in a job that starts where you want, when you want, and can change everything. No experience required. Apply now.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
And we welcome you back into Collins Field. James Weingard and crew with you on this 27th day of September, late Friday night. So there'll be a coin toss here, as you see at the middle of the field, to determine the start of overtime. So the winner of the coin toss can determine whether or not they want to be on defense or offense, and then which end of the field they want to play. I guess the opposite team would get to pick which end of the field they want to play on. So Milton won the toss. And Stoughton will get the football to start the first overtime. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe on the third overtime, should we get to that point, at that point the teams will be compelled to go for 2 points after a made touchdown. But in the meantime, they will I believe there will be 2 timeouts per team as well. So the Vikings changed their mind. They don't want to play on that end of the field. They want to play on the other end. So there's no game clock in this situation. It's all just simple play until you get in the end zone. And high school rules, they'll start at the 25-yard line. And once, it sounds weird to say, but each time is called an inning in overtime in football as well. So each time you either run out of downs, you turn the ball over, or you score, then the other team will get an opportunity to go. So it will be Vikings ball first, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. All right, here we go. First play of overtime. Adam Hobson has it. And he keeps it right up the middle, inside the 5, and the Vikings score. One play, 25 yards, and the Vikings take a 20-14 lead. Everybody in the building thought that Quinn Arnott had it in the backfield. He got upended. It was Adam Hobson keeping it. Ends up in the back of the end zone, and he has his 2nd touchdown of the night. Now the all-important extra point kick. Boy, do these become huge in the overtime period. Snap, placement, kick is good. So we go to the second half of this first overtime. Vikings score on one play, and here it is via our instant replay. So there's Hobson. Took the ball out of Quinn Arnott's gut at the very last minute, shed a couple of tackles, and ends up in the end zone. I think he broke out of Ben Sorgel's tackle at about the 5-yard line and was able to get it into the end zone. Vikings retake the lead. Now it's 21-14, and now Milton will have an opportunity here in overtime. Jordahl hands off. This goes out to the far side of the field. Trying to turn the corner is Kyle Daynard. And Daynard gets run out of bounds inside the 20, gain of 7. Jonah O'Connor pushed him out, and it will be second down. We'll give him 6 on the play, so it'll be second down and 4 from the 18-yard line. Vikings leading 21-14. This is going to be Nick Huber, and Huber's inside the 15 to the 13. So that's a gain of 5, and that'll be a first down. So first down, Milton. This is Milton's first attempt in the overtime session. Vikings scored on their first play. Inside handoff. Nothing doing there. Brooks Empey tackled Jones. No gain on the play. Barrett Nelson also assisting on the tackle. Second and 10 from the 13-yard line. Second and 10, 13-yard line. Vikings leading 21-14 in the first overtime. And the Redhawks will call timeout. So the Redhawks call time. How we got to this point, Quinn Arnott scored on a 56-yard run with 9:46 to play in the first quarter. Extra point good, 7-0 Vikings. Adam Hobson, a touchdown from 1 yard out at 1:09 of the second quarter to make it 14-0. And then in the fourth quarter, it was all about Nick Huber, as Nick scored on a 3-yard run with 10:04 left to make it 14-7. And then Huber scored again on a 4-yard run with 3:07 to go to tie the game at 14. Vikings had a chance late in the fourth as they had it first and 10 on the Milton 16-yard line, and an interception ended that drive. But now in overtime, Adam Hobson scored on a 25-yard run on the first play of overtime to give us our current score of 21-14. Second down and 10 for the Redhawks. Looking to throw, lobs it, catch made, the defender fell down, and into the end zone, touchdown, Jerry Jones. 13-yard play. So a 13-yard pass play for a touchdown makes it 21-20. Luke Hessenauer to try an extra point to tie it and send it to a second overtime. Oh boy. Extra point attempt to tie the game. High snap, the kick is good. So to start the second overtime, the Vikings will have the ball second, and Milton will have it first. You know, I've been doing Stoughton games. This is my 6th full-time year. I think this is the first overtime game I've seen. I can't think off the top of my head if there was ever been another overtime game in the last 5 or 6 years. So now Milton will have the ball first from the 25-yard line. And we go to overtime number 2. Yeah, like I say, I can't remember an overtime game, much less a multi-overtime game that we have had here. And this is very different from the 3 previous home games, because if you remember, against Wanakee, against Fort Atkinson, and against Edgewood, at some point during all 3 of those games, we had running time, and now we're in overtime. Handoff goes this way, and no gain on the play to Terry Jones. Rudy Detweiler with the tackle for the Vikings, and Brody Reed assisting. No, wrong side. There we go. Nick Mathias also helping. We are in overtime number 2, second down and 10 for the Redhawks. From the 25, Jordahl sidesteps one tackle, now turns upfield, will have a first down. Boy, did he get blasted at the 15-yard line. And we'll see where they mark him down. They're going to mark him at the 16, so that's a gain of 9. And it's going to be second down and 1 from there. Third down and 1, beg your pardon. Milton is 4 of 10 on third down conversions through this game. And now a big third down and 1, maybe 2 yards for a first down. Jordahl looking right down the line. First man through. And looks like Jones on the carry, and he is stopped short of the line to gain. So it's now 4th and 1. Milton 1 of 2 on 4th down attempts tonight. They need about a half yard for a first down. If the Vikings are able to stop them, all they would need would be a field goal to win the game. But we'll see with this defensive play for the Vikings, offensively for Milton, and the handoff right at the line, and they will get the first down, pushing the pile forward down to the 11-yard line, a gain of 5. Jerry Jones on the run. That's 17 carries for him tonight, 58 yards. Jones averages 62.8 on the season, so he's about 5 off of his season average, or 4 off of his season average. First and 10 for Milton on the 11-yard line. We're tied at 21 in overtime number 2. Jordahl under center. Play fake. Rolls out and high steps out of a tackle. Now turns the corner. Dives to the end zone. No, he stepped out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Wow, wait. Boy, he had a lane, but he stepped out of bounds at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's going to be second down and 6. Second down and 6 from the 7.
Second and 6.
Sixth play of this drive. Second and 6 from the 7-yard line. Jordahl out of the pistol, rolls out far side, and that is going to be Kyle Daynard as he gets pushed out of bounds for a loss.
Daynard had a carry.
Jonah O'Connor pushed him out of bounds, a loss of 2. Back to the 9. Now, third down and 8 from the 9-yard line. Toss play comes this way. Huber with it. Huber turns inside. He's inside the 5 and down to the 4. A gain of 5. Fourth down from just inside the 5-yard line. Fourth and 3 from the 4-yard line. Remember, the Vikings still get their turn in this second overtime. Fourth down, just inside the 5. Jordahl back to pass on the fourth down play, throws, end zone caught, touchdown.
Well, pass is complete. Dane Nelson with the reception. Touchdown, Milton.
Dane Nelson with the reception from 4 yards out. And now again, the all-important extra point. 27-21 Milton. Hessenauer on to try another extra point here. Snap back, placement, the kick is going to be good. And we go to the second half of this second overtime. And now it's going to be the Vikings' turn to answer as they trail 28-21. So Stoughton now, we'll see if they can match their one-play 25-yard run from the first overtime. Milton, overtime number 2. Adam Hobson out as quarterback. Hand off, Arnott fumbled it and flops on it. No gain on the play. Second and 10 from the 25. The dreaded announcer jinx there. So second and 10 from the 25-yard line. 28-21 Milton. We're in overtime number 2. Vikings need a touchdown and a successful extra point to extend the game. Hobson looking over the defense, has it, looking, throwing, batted in the air, almost caught on the deflection. Luke Hessenauer got his hands on it. It falls incomplete, and it's now third down and 10 from the 25.
Third and 10.
Third and 10. 25-yard line. Vikings obviously need a touchdown, but a first down at this point would certainly help. Everybody out for the Vikings. Hobson, quick throw, almost intercepted. Oh my. Jack Weber-Paul stepped in front of that pass, and now the Vikings down to their last opportunity here, as it's going to be 4th and 10 from the 25-yard line. First down first, touchdown later. You can hear the Milton fans across the way making all sorts of noise. Vikings need to get to the 15-yard line for a first down and extend the drive, and at this point extend the game. Hobson back to pass, looking, throwing, wide open, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver Connor Knopf knocked away, and Milton comes back to win it 28-21 in double overtime. So our final score tonight, the Milton Redhawks come back from trailing 14-0 at halftime to win 28-21 in double overtime. With the win, Milton improves to 6-0 overall. They're make it 4-0 in the Badger South. The Vikings fall to 4-2 overall, and they're 3-1 in the conference. So Milton rushing tonight looking like this. They ran the ball a total of 47 times for a grand total of 181 yards. And passing, Evan Jordahl 4 of 10 for 42. So that's a total of 223 yards of offense for the Vikings tonight. They ran the ball 31 times for 167 yards. And passing, Adam Hobson 16 of 33 for 221. So the Vikings had 328 yards of offense, but end up on the short end 28-21. And so that's going to do it for us here from Collins Field in Stoughton. Again, the Vikings are on the road next week as they will be in Watertown, and then they'll be in Monroe the following week. And the next Vikings home game will be on October 18th against Monona Grove to wrap up the regular season. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Special thanks to our crew as always. Thanks to you for watching. And my guys up here, Michael and Corbin, very happy birthday to you, Corbin. You didn't think I was going to forget that before we left. So we'll see you in 3 weeks for more football. Till then, James Weingard from Collins Field in Stoughton. This has been a presentation of the Stoughton Sports Network, powered by WSTO TV. For more, go online, WSTO.tv. See you in 3 weeks. Good night from Stoughton.
This broadcast of Stoughton High School football on the Stoughton Sports Network is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital. For more than 100 years, our neighbors in the Stoughton area have trusted Stoughton Hospital to provide personalized, forward-thinking expert health care. Stoughton Hospital is a proud supporter of WSTO programming, trusted care close to home. Stoughton Trailers is proud to support Stoughton High School athletics. Come join the family. Apply now on our career page at stoughtontrailers.com. Four Lakes Broadband, robust business-class residential fixed wireless internet service with great customer service. The UPS store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. Hanson Electronics, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent and Radio Shack dealer. And Pizza Pit of Stoughton, fresh, fast, and hot delivery of our great pizzas, sandwiches, chicken, and more.